Hello all, time for my first chat on YouTube, and there will be more to follow. There will be a few things discussed today. The first one will be the disgrace of the homeless in Elizabeth, New Jersey. On January 5th, somebody called 311 to report a homeless person in the street because it was declared a code blue, which means the temperature is going below freezing. Well, guess what? They never came, and the poor man ended up, or the woman, they never said the gender, ended up dead. That's correct. They have ended up dead, frozen to death, because 311 never passed on the call. So, yet again, the homeless is being ignored. What else is new with that department, right? And this was the results. They were found frozen, and people were just covering him with a sheet, like they don't matter. Because once again, nobody cares about the homeless. And then, of course, 311, since 2008, has had over 5,000 complaints about failing the homeless when it came to emergency shelter, food, and getting them a safe haven from the cold for the night. Over 5,000. Wrap your mind around that, folks. 5,000 people have been failed by the 311 system. The system that you're supposed to call when you need help. Well, you know what? They were probably better off on their own. Since you're calling them, they didn't do shit. Sorry, kind of getting over a cold too. But, I think this rant needs to be said. And then, of course, those of you who have Facebook have probably heard about the University of Baltimore, Maryland's medical center, who left a woman outside in the cold in 30-degree weather. I'm sorry, still told you still sick. In a nightgown and socks. She was incoherent. She couldn't breathe, but yet she was medically cleared. If you're medically cleared, wouldn't you be able to talk, speak, breathe, not be confused? Well, guess what? This isn't the first time that the University of Maryland's Medical Center has done this. And then, today, according to the Baltimore Sun, Saturday, January 13th, they posted that they take full responsibility for her being dumped outside in the cold. That is, they considered it a failure, and the University of Maryland medical CEO has claimed that is not how they usually take care of their patients. But, really? Because according to your staff in the video, they do this to unruly patients, patients who cannot pay, and patients who are mentally ill or homeless. So yet again, you're going to just treat the mentally ill like shit. Fuck the homeless, because you're just going to throw them out because they can't pay. Meanwhile, though, don't you take an oath as a doctor to do no harm? And that's exactly what you just did when you threw that poor woman out in the cold because she was unruly. What considered to you as unruly? Talking back? Not talking at all? Gee. Comments, please comment below because I like to hear your opinion on this, folks. What do you consider unruly? Because to me, this is just fucking funny. Yeah. It's considered patient dumping, according to the staff. On January 11th, the Baltimore Sun actually wrote about it. And it's when a hospital releases a patient to the streets, rather than keeping them or connecting them with the needed social services. So, the hospital knows they're doing this. The staff knows they're doing this. The paper knows they're doing this. Why isn't it getting through people's heads that this is not supposed to happen? This is not supposed to happen, folks. And this isn't the only hospital that has done this. The woman they dumped, she was clothed in only a pair of socks and a hospital gown. And everybody who's been to the hospital at least once knows how thin a hospital gown is. The weather was 20 degrees. If that's not death weather right there, nothing is. That's hypothermia, folks. She would have been dead in 30 minutes. They said the term was first coined patient dumping in 1800s. Ah, goodness gracious. And people, here's some of the bigger cases. Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles had to pay $450,000 to settle allegations that it dumped a homeless patient on the street in 2014 after he was treated for a foot injury. Let's see. I'm looking for another case that I could tell you about. In May of 2017, Howard University police officers and their supervisor were fired after being recorded dumping a patient from a wheelchair outside the university hospital in Washington to a bus stop. And the woman was barefooted. And then the other officers watched as she fell onto the sidewalk and did nothing. So, it's not a new fact. This has been going around. I just gave you 2 cases. There's many, many more. And this information is all found on the BaltimoreSun.com. So, I'm not making any of this up. I'm not bullshitting you. This is a pretty bad shame. Let's see. Let's see, what else can I vent about today? Oh, yes. Donald Trump. I'm not going to touch him because I'm tired about him, but yeah. This whole thing is just a bunch of bullshit. But not everywhere is such a bad place for the homeless. In England, they actually have a vending machine that is just for the homeless. And everybody's going to think they're homeless. How can they afford a vending machine? Well, the social services actually tracks down the homeless in Nottingham, England, and gives them like a little debit card. The only thing is the card only works in that vending machine. They can use the vending machine 3 times a day, and they can get toiletries, food, feminine hygiene products if they need them, clothing, socks, parkas, blankets, water, stuff like that. And the best thing is, they don't have to feel ashamed for using it. And the items are completely free. It's called the Friary, F-R-I-A-R-Y. These actually is one of the best things that could actually happen for them, because people who are homeless shouldn't have to be begging for family hygiene products. They shouldn't have to be begging for food. They should not be begging for the basic necessities to live, which this machine actually gives them. And the machine is stocked every day, so they don't have to worry about the food being bad or them not able to use it because it's empty. But England has something going on that's actually really good. Now, if the United States can get their head out of their ass and stop looking for raises every 5 seconds, they could actually do something for the homeless. Well, everybody knows my links. They're below. So if you have any comments, feel free to share. Feel free to share, and we will actually have a discussion. I'll be posting either daily or bi-daily, depending on my mood. Bye, all.